All right, the 49ers today announced that Sam Darnold, Sam Darnold will be the number 2 quarterback behind Brock Purdy. That means Trey Lance is now the number 3 quarterback, and there's already speculation that the Niners would take some trade calls. Here's what Lance has done in his brief career. He's played in just 8 games in 2 seasons, 5 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions, and a passer rating of 84.5. Hey, those numbers are not too bad. Mike Felger, Adam Jones. So what would you do? Would you make a deal? Would you make a trade for Trey Lance for the Patriots?
Yeah, sure.
You would.
Isn't it the kind of deal Bill loves to make? Like, he was a former high pick. He's a depressed asset. Like, sure, I'd be in on Trey Lance. I don't love their quarterback room. So if I have an opportunity to maybe bring in a guy who can, at least at one point the league thought could play, the number 3 pick, a no-doubt first-round pick that year, yeah, I'll take a flyer on that for sure.
100%. And I wonder what's up with Kyle Shanahan. Like, what's your problem, dude? It was just a year ago. They thought this was the guy. They were starting Trey Lance over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy was sitting.
Who was, okay, so
Yeah.
He got hurt. What did he do in the intervening 12 months now have him behind Sam Darnold? So, like, the Shanahan hates his quarterbacks. He falls out of love with his guys like that. Something happened here. So it's the same thing here with this guy. 6'4", big arm, a lot of raw ability. This to me feels like the perfect guy that you stash in a system. You teach him your system, teach him the playbook, teach him how to play, see what you got in a couple of years. I would absolutely do it. The question is, what do you give up? Just playing around. I said today, Bailey Zappe in a third. If they wanted a quarterback back. I don't know if they do, but just to make it hard.
San Francisco would be ecstatic. They'd take that in a second.
Would you do it?
That's too much. That's too much.
Okay.
No, because you don't have to. Now,
You don't like Zappe, so you're saying the third round pick is too much?
No.
Let's say you had to. Let's say you had to.
Okay, if I had to do it, no.
I thought you didn't like Zappe.
Yeah, you don't.
No. I mean, Zappe's he's a nice backup, like Trey Lance is. I mean, that's really what it is. Trey Lance.
Oh, no.
Trey Lance
They're totally different. I mean, Zappe's a guy who can go in.
Bailey. Yeah, he can. Yeah.
Well, no, he can keep the train on the tracks. But Lance has this massive upside.
Here's the problem. You started to get there and you stepped away from it. You said, hey, what happened with Kyle Shanahan? Maybe Kyle Shanahan figured out, I don't think Trey Lance can play.
Well,
maybe that's what it is. It's like,
so you don't want him because of Kyle Shanahan?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, I'm answering your question, your first question. What happened?
Okay, well,
and I'll get back to it. But what happened was, you can't gloss over this. This is a guy who put his career on the line, traded up multiple picks for Trey Lance, and now he's saying, you're not good enough to beat out Sam Darnold. That's very concerning. Now, I like him. I've talked to him before the draft. I think super bright kid, really interesting. But I think the problem with Trey Lance, and you can't help him with this, okay, so yeah, you bring him in. He's thrown fewer than 500 passes since high school.
He played one game the COVID year in college.
I think the number is 400. He's thrown 420 passes since he was in high school. So he doesn't have a lot of experience, and his processing, I guess, this year has been slow. If you bring him in, you don't have to give up a third. You probably do it like fourth or fifth round pick. Yeah,
fine.
Sure.
But
Fourth or fifth round pick, sure.
It's just the kind of thing they should be doing.
Okay, I am a Zappe guy. I would do that trade. He's a potential modern day quarterback in the NFL who can move with his feet, throw on the run, throw off platform. He might be a boom or bust. He may not work out. As much as I like Zappe and was encouraged by what I saw from Zappe at least a year ago, not so much in camp this year, I would want the potential of a modern-day quarterback and a guy who's a top 5 pick.
Especially someone who's your backup. You don't have to rely on him. You can still win games while you're developing the guy. Not all the pressure in the world's on the guy. It's the perfect incubator, I think, to develop the next guy, which leads us to the next topic.
Well, yeah, okay. How about the way Trey Lance was handled by San Francisco? Felger called someone out on the radio today for a bad take on QB.
There's no such thing as a bad take. I just disagree with it. There's not a bad take.
They sit after they get drafted. Here it is.
I've heard Adam Jones talk about this a lot, and this just the thing that I think Adam Jones is the most wrong about ever. That the great quarterbacks, you could play day one and it doesn't matter. If they're great, they're great. They didn't have to sit to be great. And I just think Adam has it so wrong.
All right, so
whoo, I know it's not not your hot take here today.
All right, so
turn on the sprinklers.
so Jones, what's your argument on this? Like, quarterbacks who need to play. What's your point on it?
I think they learn more by playing than sitting. I think going out there and going through and learning on the fly, like a Josh Allen or somebody like that, will pay dividends down the road. And either you can play or you can't play. And so, I don't know, somebody like Justin Herbert to me is a great example. They were going to redshirt Justin Herbert. They were going to be morons and redshirt Justin Herbert if Tyrod Taylor didn't get stabbed in the heart or lungs by that bum doctor that they had there. Herbert had to play game 2. They thought he wasn't ready. He was ready. He could play. And so, to me, that's how I feel about it.
Okay, I've heard you say that Brady should have played from day one. That Brady would be Brady if he played from day one.
Eventually. I mean, I don't know if they would have won a Super Bowl year 2.
Okay.
Brady could play.
Okay. Brady was not ready as a rookie. It wasn't even close. Adam, I can't remember how old you were in the year 2000.
But 16.
Okay, so, but those of us who were there, do you remember the picture of Brady at the Combine? They show it all the time. It's the famous slump. That's how he looked when he got here. He was not physically ready to play as a rookie. He needed to sit that year. Period. Story over. It wouldn't have worked if he had started as a rookie, and I don't know how it would have turned out for him.
Eventually it would have. Eventually it would have worked for Tom Brady.
Different.
Eventually he would have been good, but
eventually he would have been Brady.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know about it either, but I think Brady would have figured it out. Call me crazy. I think he would have.
Not to the level he did. He started out with that wind at his sails, and it never went out of there. If he started as a rookie, he wouldn't have won games, wouldn't have won championships. He would have gotten the crap kicked out of him.
Okay.
He wasn't physically ready to do
I
it.
think that's a big part of it.
I mean, you're just wrong. Aaron Rodgers, when he first got to Green Bay, they totally reworked his throwing motion. Talk to Bedard, who covered the team at the time.
You don't think Rodgers would have been good from day one?
3 years later, he was a different guy. He wasn't ready.
How about
not
Mahomes?
Even close.
How about Mahomes?
Okay, I think he benefited from that year off.
I think
absolutely,
the Chiefs
100%.
might have another Super Bowl if they played Mahomes in year 1. They might. Don't shake your head at me. You don't know. We don't know.
You don't know, so I'm telling you, I don't know either.
I told you I don't know. I'm telling you what I think. The Chiefs are morons for not playing Mahomes from day one.
Jordan Love, this is the only chance Jordan Love has. If they played Jordan Love in Green Bay as a rookie, oh my God, forget about it. Zach Wilson territory, not even close to being ready.
Then he can't play. So great, you wasted 4 years in the meantime.
The only chance that Jordan Love has to be good is what they did with him. It's the right thing to do. Zach Wilson wasn't ready. The only chance Zach Wilson has is to sit on the sidelines for 3 years and grow up and figure out how to play the game.
Before you say the next thing, I'll say.
You just have this wrong.
I'll say this. How would you handle a rookie quarterback? You can join the conversation. Vote at NBCSportsBoston.com/BST or scan the QR code on the screen and scroll down to the poll. Look, you're right. If you're an all-time great quarterback, it probably doesn't make a difference. But some of the people you brought up were not ready. Tom Brady was not ready. He would tell you he's not ready. Aaron Rodgers was not ready. Patrick Mahomes, you have a case. Because he played the last game of his rookie year.
Lit it up.
They just say, okay, let's just throw him out there and like, oh my God, look at this guy. And then they went back to Alex Smith. If they're going with Patrick Mahomes, they would have been okay. But most of the time, guys just aren't ready. They're just physically and mentally not ready.